Van der Walle and Barthez are both ready to go. And it will be the Belgian side playing from left to right in their away strip of yellow tops, black shorts and black stockings, who will kick off. Monaco, the French champions, in red and white with red shorts and red stockings. Zdebel and Hassan Hüttl, the imposing Austrian, are over the ball as we prepare to get this Group F encounter in the Champions League underway. And here we go, it's AS Monaco of France against SK Liers of Belgium. And I think we might safely say there could be a goal or two here. Monaco have, for all of their problems since last season, have still shown a great capacity to go out and score goals. They managed that last time against Bayer Leverkusen, gave them something of a drubbing, in fact. 4-0. And they scored some good goals, particularly Henry and Ikpeba. And just see how damp things are. The pitch cutting up there under the first significant challenge of the evening. Back it goes to Barthez, who plays the ball out and gets it back in a hurry. Very distinctive looking individual, the Monaco captain. Seen him in action for the French national side. And he was formerly with Olympique Marseille. That was Franck Dumas playing the ball forward. Collins was the target. Jetou's ball out wide. Not too much noise in the stadium. That was a nice little play though. Here's an opportunity for Fieri. In fact, both of the strikers, well, good lord, no one was finishing or following up there. And Ikpeba and Thierry Henry both found themselves over on the far post with the ball coming to them. An exciting pairing, these two, I must say. There is the number 12, Thierry Henry, 2 goals in his last match, both of them real beauties. And they both went for this one. I just got the feeling that had Henry been able to just lay it back, then Ikpeba would have had a very easy chance. Liers have found a bit of a struggle in this Champions League to date. 1-1 last time out against Sporting. They were involved in a very bad-tempered affair in their first match against Leverkusen. But they push forward, find a bit of space, but also find themselves caught offside. There is Van Meer, who's a very imposing player and a very good player. Eric Van Meer likes to get forward. There's Hauge, scorer of the goal in their last match. Popped up on the far post and scored a goal against Sporting Lisbon after their Brazilian striker Leandro had given them an unlikely lead. Well read at the back and well played out by Hauge. Number 6 is Scavone. Good challenge in the middle, but it's still broken for David Van Brocken. Riding the challenges there was Thomas Zdebel. And Efterwag plays the ball way back and across. Van Meer, of the Vinnie Jones resemblance, pushes forward with the ball, and he will step up for free kicks. He's got a great shot on him, Van Meer, and he's quite a spectacular player to watch in action when he trundles forward. For the time being, Hassan Hüttl is down, injured. Very big target man, Hassan Hüttl, not the most mobile of players, but does cause trouble for opposing defences. And for the time being, Barthez has to just line up his wall, hoping that there's no Roberto Carlos around. And here comes a shot that is not quite out of the same drawer as those supplied by Roberto Carlos. flying harmlessly over the top. But it did take a little touch on the way through. So a corner for Liers, who've made a reasonable start. Barthez again doing the organising, so he's got the captain's armband on there. Hauge hangs it up. Van Meer was in there, but the shot is charged down. And now here's a chance for a break. Forward they come. Paver's taken the right-hand channel. Henry's on the far post. Can they find him? Well, the ball was cut out by the heel of a Belgian defender. And it finds its way back to the Monaco keeper. Pignol knocking it forward. And Collins got himself in trouble. There's Dable. Van Meer trying to get it forward. Appeals for a handball. And legitimate appeals. Eric Van Meer sees the ball kicked away and just tells us how he feels about that. David Brocken's given them some width on the right. Eftevaart pushed forward. Oh, not a bad shot either. Well, he was backpedaling, was Fabien Barthez, and in the end, had to just claw it over the top, really. And that could have embarrassed him, just dipping in there, and keeper won't have been too happy that they allowed Eftevaart to go forward and shoot like that. Could have been an explosive start to this match. As it is, it's another corner for Liers, who've made a bright start. And maybe they can capitalise on it here. Right-footed corner, curled in! Van Meer was challenging, but perhaps didn't know that he could have got a header in there. The defenders fell away from him. And a couple of scares early on for Monaco. Barthez in particular has found himself under pressure. Monaco now look to build something down the right. Dumas pushed forward. There's John Collins, out it goes wide. Ball curled in for the far post, and rising and heading the ball there. One of these lively strikers, Thierry Henry, who's really come into his own this season, given the opportunity in the first team. And he's doing very nicely indeed. Thierry Henry has a fine record in youth football. Young Footballer of the Year for 1996. Captained the French side that won the Under-18 European Championship in 1996. And is a very bright prospect. There's Collins again. It's nicely worked down the left. Henry goes across field. That was an ambitious shot. It should come through to Van der Walle. Well, there was an American football style block made there by Eric Van Meer, which the crowd didn't appreciate too much. Neither did the attacker. And Monaco, after a couple of early scares, are settling better now. Just tapping it around. Pignol. Easily intercepted. Stable. Looking for Hasenhüttl. And back goes Pignol across to his compatriot from Dumas. Lofts the ball out to the left-hand touchline. That's nicely done from Thierry Henry, who's found some space. What can he deliver? Oh, and it came back off Van der Walle, who didn't know too much about that at all. Again, Thierry Henry showing his class. hit this with the outside of the right foot, and it was Ikpeba who he was trying to find in the middle. That could have gone anywhere, really. All sorts of opportunities there for an own goal. But it's a corner for Monaco. It'll be taken by Benabir. He pushes it, gets it back. Now he curls it in, far post. But has it gone too far? Defender had to make sure. Kept in play by the captain, and then hoofed forward for Liers. 10 minutes gone, still scoreless in Monaco. It's been quite an open 10 minutes to start with, both sides getting forward. Brighter start made by Liers, but Monaco, Jean Tigana's side have come back into things. Collins just jabs it back. Barthez. Monaco looked good in Europe last year, but they just missed out in the UEFA campaign when they went down to Inter Milan in the semis. But they'll be happier to be in the Champions League this year, among the really big boys. Henry, that's a great ball forward for Ikpeba. Good save. Good work from Van der Walle, who just stuck out his right boot, and Victor Ikpeba was denied an opening goal for Monaco. Beautiful pass from Thierry Henry, good shot, and maybe it just hit the keeper rather than him knowing all that much about it. So a let-off for Liers. Now I must say that this partnership of Henry and Ikpeba is a thrilling one. Headed back out. And it'll come in again from Benabir. Slip in the area, and Liers slipping dangerously. It's an interesting ball, but look at the pace on the defence. Too much there for Liers. Monaco try and get forward, claim a free kick. And after a bright start, Liers are finding themselves creaking rather ominously at the back whenever these young Monaco strikers come at them. And Van der Walle has made 2 crucial stops already. Collins to take the free kick. Left-footed. Looking for the big fellow who'd gone forward. And no one was really challenging Mohamed Kojic there. And Kojic just questioning the challenge. The Bosnian Kojic, who previously was with FC Zurich. Before that was in Zagreb. Stable with the challenge. Nice turn from Hauge, and a great ball through. Well, it looked as if it had released the man up front, but it hadn't. Hauge is out on the right-hand side, and Hauge is offside. Forward again come Monaco. Collins in the middle. Front runners going to the left, and also some overlapping done. Oops, a little nudge in the back, down goes the player, and Henry doesn't look entirely happy with the tumble taken. Liers look to try and get out of their own half, where they've been penned back for a while now. But good tackling back again from Monaco. Paver loses out that time. Ooh, and nasty challenge went in there, or at least a nasty consequence of the challenge. Collins went flying in, and Von Kerkhoven was left touching at an ankle. Van Meer. Debo twists and turns and pushes the ball out. Nicely worked down the right again, just blocked though. Oh, that's a poor challenge, but the referee plays an advantage well, allowing Monaco to come forward. Henry on the left, Vic Paver's pulled off on the right if they can find him. That's a clever ball from Henry. Seems to instinctively know where his strike partner is. Again, the referee waves on an advantage. And that was a promising attack. If only they could have found Paver a little bit earlier. Vigorous challenge in the back. And we seem to have a rather laissez-faire referee in Terje Hauge of Norway. Again, appeals for a free kick. Yes, with a throw down the left-hand side. Barthez has to just trot to his left. The captain hits it left-footed, so he's got a lot of strapping on his left knee there. Hasenhüttl goes for the return. Two players forward here for Liers, but they couldn't work it between them. Little layoff comes off the referee. And the ball's back once again with Fabien Barthez, the keeper and captain for Monaco. Driven forward from Franck Dumas. That's going to go out of play there down the right-hand side. Or is it? No, says the linesman. He was well placed. Hasenhüttl chests down, but again it finds itself at the feet of a Monaco player. Good little push out wide and the first time ball in. Good invention from Monaco, always looking to do something a little bit different. There's the ball curled in and Van Meer with a header. Hauge loses out and then tackles back, and the referee is certainly allowing the players to make some challenges that might otherwise go punished. Forward from the left back position, Henry. Still Thierry Henry, good ball hanging up on the far post for Paver. And now Paver himself has a go, returns the compliment, ball in. No one though in the middle for Monaco. Again the ball pumped in. Henry was the intended recipient, and Christophe Pignon banging that one just wide. Just a few flashes early on of what we can expect to see from Thierry Henry and Victor Paver. Such an exciting combination. The Nigerian Paver, we know all about him. He's consistently won awards in Africa for his football, as well as overseas. Played his football with New Nigerian Bank to start with, and then Liège, before joining Monaco. Ball chipped forward for Paver on the right-hand side. He's twisting and turning and getting a ball into the area. It's back with Ikpeba. The flag's up though. Linesman had raised his flag over on the far side, so that would have counted for nothing. In fact, he hadn't. I was wrong. He'd actually just raised his arm and waved play on, so Ikpeba in with an opportunity there. And there's a bit of space for the turn for Liers. There's a man on the far side who wants it, and instead it was a shot. Hauge on the right. Should be the keeper's. He claims it. Van Meer's header. Hauge receives a push in the back, and the referee agrees that it was a foul. Couldn't go down too well with Ali Barabia. And Liers come forward with Raymond Van Meer. It's cut out though. Oof, and that very nearly fell for Ikpeba. Brokken's ball over to the far side, headed back to the keeper. Well defended. Hauge unable to make anything of that. And out on the left-hand side now is Christophe Pignol. Shipping it forward. Good defending once more from Liers. Room for Hauge to turn. He's got a player on his back, but he gets it out off to the left-hand side. Hauge. And they come back all the way. Liers doing a good enough job away from home so far. And offside over on the far-hand side. Jostade, the coach of Liers, faces a very tough challenge. The side formerly coached by Henrik Gerrits and coached to the title in Belgium last season, but under the Bosman ruling, a whole slew of players chose to move on, and Gerrits was so disgusted by the fact that he left, leaving Jostade to inherit a side with the title, but not that many classy players, I'm afraid. Henri's done very well there, but couldn't find anyone in the middle. Hasselhutl working hard. Collins challenged him well though. Collins again involved. Really enjoying his football in France, the former Hibs and Celtic man. But here come Liers down the right. Should well be a goal kick. Goal kick defended well in the end, and no way through. Well, there was the exciting youngster Thierry Henry, just keeping the ball in play. There he is, former Young Player of the Year, and I suspect a future Adult Player of the Year. His strikes against Bayer Leverkusen really were beautiful. Both of them coming from the edge of the area and picking a spot and leaving the keeper absolutely flat-footed. No chance of making a save. Liers now come forward, showing some invention down the right through David Brokken, who wins the throw-in. Well, a wrestling match for the ball there, over on the right-hand side, and the decision goes the way of Monaco. Philip Hauge was trying to get forward, but committed a foul in the process. right-hand side. We see Mohamed Konjic. That may well go behind, it does. Monaco not quite clicking yet. They've shown that they've got some talented players up front and talented players all over the park, to be honest. But their attacking moves haven't quite worked out for them yet. Get the feeling that should they do so, they could be quite a formidable unit, but it hasn't happened yet. And Van der Walle has just made 2 early saves. Since then, he hasn't had too much to do. English football chant going on in the background, curiously enough. I suspect that might be from the Belgian fans. Good work down the right-hand side again. Oh, nearly getting through there. Well, he's done very well indeed. Willy Sagnol. Oh, 2 defenders went for the same ball, but just about got away with it. And Liers find themselves breaking. They need to get more bodies forward. There's just Hauge up front as Dable checks inside. Is challenged by Sagnol, who lets out an anguished yell. And the challenge from Dable. Here it comes. And he didn't enjoy that very much. Standing on his knee was Dable. That's a lovely little turn and layoff there. Sylvain Legwinski. Van Meer bangs it clear. Out left again to Pignol. To Henry. Claims the throw in. And doesn't get it and shows a little bit of dissent. And is told by the referee not to show dissent. Young fellow will just have to realise that you don't always get the decisions, even though that clearly came off the defender's foot. Forward comes Van Meer. Back heel from Van Meer. Hauge has come deep. Out wide. Stable, back to Hauge. They've got room here. Oh, and it just breaks down, and Daniel Scavone was a little bit slow on the edge of the area there when he had a shooting opportunity. Free kick Monaco. And out they come to the left-hand side. Henry, such a lovely balance on the ball, and way he goes forward, he wants it back, he wants it all the time in fact, but he'll have to do well there, and he can't. Looks as if the ball might have gone out of play, but it didn't. And Liers work it down the left, but lose out. Are they onside? Paper, oof, the paper's crunched into Van Meer. And just a couple of mistakes being made. Here's Henry. He's got a bit of room now. Can he get the ball in? Oh, he's fouled surely in the area. Well, the defender hardly played the ball. Certainly took out Henry. And Stable there. Well, I'd like to know what he was playing, because he's gone nowhere near the ball. He's hit the attacker. Fair enough, I think the ball was actually going to go out of play. And an interesting decision, I think we'll say there. Leave it at that. Van der Walle finds Hasenhüttl. And Van Meer again is the man who cuts things out. French defenders jumping at the same time. J2 suggesting more communication needed. David Brocken. Hauge. Given away again, and Liers forced back. Did that go out of play? Eftervaart looked as if he felt a bit guilty about it. But it's no harm done. Pignol has the ball for AS Monaco. And Pignol's carried on forward, but he didn't really look that purposeful. Henry loses out in the air. Jetou loses out on the ground. And Collins is fouled. Half an hour gone, and it's scoreless in Monaco between the home side and Belgium's Liers in this Group F Champions League encounter. The champions of France and Belgium doing battle, and the French side have had the best of it, but only carved out one or two clear-cut chances. Liers have been acquitting themselves reasonably well for a side that has obvious limitations. Not least of which, just in terms of spending power, they can't attract the really big-name stars, and come to think of it, Monaco have lost quite a few big-name stars themselves. Most notably players like Sonny Anderson, who went to Barcelona. Oh, and it's broken down in the middle of the field here. An opportunity for Lovinski to get forward, but didn't really work out for him. Still, though, it's Monaco who attack. Have they got the players in the box this time? They do. And Henry with the header. But nothing really came of it. The ball in, and the young man rose very well indeed, and wasn't that far away in the end. Van der Walle shepherding it to safety. Van der Walle faked to take the kick and might find himself in trouble if he's not careful. Referee urging him to get on with it. Hassan Huddle, good flick on. Wins the second header too. It's a nice little run, but there's no one out on the right for Liers. Still scoreless in this first half. Slightly surprising. Thought we might have seen a few more goals in this match between a very attack-minded side and one that's not looked really the best at the back. We'd have to say that about Liers, I think. Konjic is allowed to run and then gets his ball in. Hestra has gone down in a heap and stayed down as well. The play goes on. It's Paver, who's been peripheral to the game so far, grabs the ball, says that's my free kick, and Mr. Stable would do very well just to calm down a bit. He's committed 2 or 3 fouls in the last 10 minutes or so. He did it twice against Bayer Leverkusen, and in similar fashion, he knows exactly where the goal is, and he knows just how to find it. A beautiful curling shot after a scrappy piece of play, a breakdown on the edge of the area, and the royalty very much impressed with that. Prince Renier, exquisite curling right foot shot. Beautifully done. Van Meer was clumsily in there. And just look at the curl on that. That is a sensational strike. Similar, as I said, to a couple he got against the Germans. And that is a very talented young player that you're watching in action. Monaco take the lead, and maybe now they'll be able to go forward and find Thierry Henry once more. Certainly is a wonderfully talented youngster. But for the time being, it's Liers, who just caused a few heart palpitations in the Monaco area there. That's gone out of play. Well, the crowd and watching celebrities will have enjoyed this one. See Henry, now he realises just the one touch, and Van der Walle could do nothing about that curling finish. What a great strike. He's furious that it was allowed to come to that, but I don't think many players on the pitch would have finished in quite that style, or could have done. going to Liers. Tigana in the background, furious about that decision. Here's Van Meer. And it's still with the Belgians, and Van Meer's continued his run, but couldn't quite get on the end of that one. Tigana still telling the referee what he thinks of him. Not at all happy with that decision. Former French international. Misplaced header at the back. And Collins and company are beginning to take a grip on midfield here. Just winning more than their fair share, and Collins is doing good work in the middle of the field. Scotsman tangling with Stable, who's been a combative character so far. Whoops, Henry can make mistakes, he's only human. Took his eye off the ball there, saw it bobble over the top of his foot. Attempted flick on from Hasenhüttl, who resembles a tank as he sort of charges around upfield. Here's an opportunity, Paper. Henry's on his left, but Henry can't quite reach it. To the middle of the field they go, and that's a nice layoff from Heistra. Hunt spread it out to the left, and then it went on from Nico van Kerkhoven. Cleared at the back once more. That time Jetu was involved. But still Liers come forward, and that's straight through into the arms of Fabien Barthez. Referee got in the way that time. It should still fall for them. Collins has done very well. He's got Henry to his left. This is nicely slid out wide. Can he keep it in play? The young man got a foot on it. And Ali Benabia slid it through to Henry, who again is less than thrilled with the decision. Young man showing good hurdling skills. Really took a cameraman with him. And he really is the focus of all those cameras. That superb strike from Thierry Henry, separating these two teams. 1-0 Monaco lead. And quite rightly, Hasenhüttl there winning the decision. The defender was all over him. So a free kick for Liers. Barthez, who's seen precious little of the ball for the last 20 minutes or so, was nearly surprised early on when Eftervaart got a shot off, but has had little to do since then. Oh, and that was very badly read by the Belgians and well read by Paper. Benabia again. Kept in by Pignol. Benabia's made the run again. Oops. Collins, in fact, it was who made the run, and then the Scotsman committed the foul. Franklin will take the free kick himself. And chips it up to the halfway line where Hasenhüttl comes and flicks it on. Heistra chases, but they do look a little lightweight up front, Liers, with the exception, of course, of the Austrian Hasenhüttl, who's anything but lightweight. Interesting ball, chipped forward, that's nicely done as well for Kojic. Oh, and it's run straight through if Paper couldn't get anything on it. And it went too far for Thierry Henry. And the Nigerian there came close to making it 2. Henry again, he can shoot from there. This time though, the finish not quite what was desired. Couldn't get the same kind of curl on it as he did for the first goal. The only goal, in fact, of the half so far. Monaco looking lively as we come towards half-time. They lead by a goal to 0, and they're looking to add to that tally. That was unfortunate. Ricochet back off J2. But still, Liers unable to make anything of it. Five minutes to go to the break, and Monaco looking rather comfortable now as they enjoy their one-goal advantage. Collins is being absolutely manhandled again by Zdebel, who really has been getting stuck in, shall we say, and committed virtually all of the free kicks conceded by Liers so far. J2 turns in the middle of the field, just chips it off to the right-hand side. Konjic now sits on the ball. That's a neat turn for Ikpeba, and here's trouble. He can run at defenders and shoots! Parried by Van der Walle and cleared by Efterwaag. Nice little turn and run and a forceful shot from Victor Ikpeba. Bringing out a save from Van der Walle there. And Henri really went for all his hands and knees there. Hassenhüttl infield, his man wide on the left. Took a while to get there. In fact, it was a far too ambitious ball from Peter Heistra. And is back with Barthez. Son of a very famous rugby player, actually, from Toulouse. Barthez, but chose to take up football. Guignol makes a run. And here's that turn and that lovely little run from Victor Ikpeba. Left his man for dead, looked up as he saw the defenders, shimmied past Van Meer. There was the left-footed shot, and the keeper did well just to beat it out. It's a good challenge at the back from Efterwaag, but it's with the French side again. Ikpeba's being held back. Don't know if the referee spotted that. I think he has done. Ikpeba looks on, and I think we're going to see a caution surely here for that cynical effort. It is the yellow card, and it's being shown not to Heistra, who's the player complaining, I think. I don't think it was Heistra who was back there defending anyway. Let's see. Well, it is Heistra, and he just grabbed a handful of Victor Ikpeba's shirt and paid the price. Referee has done his best to let play flow, but he had to stop that. Free kick for Monaco. Chipped in, headed straight in the air. Danger's not cleared yet. Now it might be. Banged straight back up in the air. Not the typical Monaco approach. Now it's curled in and put behind by the defence, who are looking just a little bit rattled at the moment. The Liers defenders finding themselves unable to come up with answers. Van Meer put that one behind. But Monaco would be looking to try and add to that one-goal advantage, try and get the game very safely under their belts. John Collins with the corner. Left-footed, Van der Walle punches. He was under a very heavy challenge. Really was a strong challenge that came in from Mohamed Konjic. Van Meer thought so too, and the referee agreed. Off goes the siren that one can only suspect signals the end of normal time. Either that or there's a fire in the stadium. But there is the 45th minute coming up. We're into the 46th. 3 seconds only added on for stoppage time. And very punctual, our referee from Norway, Mr. Hauge. who brings down a half that's been lit up by Thierry Henry, whose gorgeous strike in the 34th minute separates these two sides. In the UEFA Champions League at half-time, as Prince Renier of Monaco looks on, it's Monaco 1, Liers 0.